Alright, so I'm going to show how to open up and disassemble this MacBook model A1534. This MacBook got liquid damage, so we're going to open it up and see what we can do. So first you want to use a Pentalobe 1.2 or P5 screwdriver. So just get that. It's a star-shaped screwdriver. There's 4 screws along the top and 4 screws along the bottom. Alright, so just remove all of those. Sorry, I know the lighting's kind of not good right now. It's like making shadows over there, but just remove those. Okay, alright, cut those 4 off, and then we'll get these 4. Alright, just like that. Alright, once you got all 4 screws out, we're gonna have to lift the bottom cover off. Just lift it up like this. If I remember correctly, let me see if there were wires on this one. Yeah, you want to be careful lifting this cover up because there are cables attached to it, but you basically just pull it up. Be careful, go along the side, and then you can pop this up as well. Okay, this side normally has a clip as well. I'm not sure why it was already out, but as you can see in here, all these cables are attached here, so you want to be very careful. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to tip the thing forward this way. Okay, open it up like this. There's a whole bunch of water inside, so right now, just looking at it, I don't think it's going to be salvageable, but I'm going to open it and then probably just show the customer so they can see. So first thing you want to do here is disconnect this cable here that's going down to the board here, okay? So I find the easiest one to remove is this cable here. It is really wet. I'm going to dry it a little bit with some paper, okay? Right, but yeah, we're gonna have to remove that first. Okay, so first you want to peel up this piece. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing because it's at a weird angle. This is the stupidest Mac design I've worked on, but basically you peel this tape off. I don't know if you can even see because I know my hand's gonna be in the way, but you peel this tape up and then you can flip this little black tab here. I use my fingernail and I just get underneath it and flip that tab. Okay, let me see if I'm flipping the right one. I haven't done this model in a while. Yeah, there you go. So flip that tab up, and then what you want to do is grab the flat part of this wire and kind of just wiggle it and pull it back just like this. All right, just be careful. There's adhesive holding the cable down, so it's going to be really tough actually to pull this out, but just keep slowly working it, and there we go. Okay, so we got that cable out. Here you can see there's actually a lot of liquid in this whole thing, and the way they design it is you have to remove this cable and then also this cable. So it's a very dumb design. I don't know why Apple did it this way, but I guess they did it this way so it breaks on purpose. Alright, anyways, after that, you'll want to get a T5 screwdriver. Okay, make sure to hold it. You don't want it to drop. And then we're going to have to remove this screw here. So to disconnect the battery, you take this out and press this button. I don't know if there's a specific order you need to do this, but usually what I do is I take this screw out, which is holding the battery, this little bar that connects the battery. So once you remove this, the battery is disconnected, and then you want to press this little button to drain the power from the rest of the MacBook, but there's liquid all over it, so I doubt it's going to survive. Anyways, just press and hold that power button about 10 to 15 seconds, and that should drain the power from the MacBook. Okay? Alright, so once you've done that, then we're going to have to remove all of these. If I remember correctly, I think these are like T3 screwdrivers, or screws. So we're going to switch to the T3 screwdriver. Alright, and then we're going to remove these screws here. Alright, so we got one screw there, and one screw up here. Oh, is this, what kind of screw is this? I can't even see it. Oh, that's a tri-wing screw. Apple liking to switch their screws all over the place. Okay, so we're gonna have to switch to a tri-wing. It's one of the small ones. I believe it's a 1.5, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done one of these in a while. Yep, 1.5 works. There we go. So remove those two screws, and then you want to get underneath this metal piece and then just flip it up. I use my fingernail and I just flip it up like that. Okay, we'll go underneath here just like this and just pry it up just like that. So that's how you remove that connector. Then this connector is kind of stupid because they held it all down with adhesive, so we're gonna peel this up as well. Okay, this thing has a little metal latch that you pull up and it actually flips over just like that, and then when you flip that up you can actually pull this cable out, but there's adhesive, so it's going to be a pain in the butt to remove. You need to get a tool, get it under there, and then kind of just work your way under the adhesive. You want to do this slowly because you don't want to accidentally tear this cable. Okay, so just go around here, and this thing is, again, I don't know, it's a stupid design. It's very difficult to get underneath this thing, but that's what you got to do. Okay, underneath this cable, work your way to peel it up just like this. Again, you want to go slow. You don't want to try and just force the thing out because then you can damage the cable. Just like this. Okay, peel it up. There we go. Alright, and once you get it all peeled up, you can grab the cable towards the back and then you can pull this out. Alright, it's stuck on this piece, it shouldn't be, so I'm gonna have to peel this plastic piece off that metal latch. Okay, normally it shouldn't be taped to that piece, but it is, so there we go. Peeled that off, and there we go, we got this cable out. Okay, then we got this cable as well. If you want, you can disconnect it from this side by flipping this latch. Okay, just flip that latch up. Once you flip that latch up, sorry if it's difficult to see, but this latch flips up, and then you can pull this cable out just like that, and now you got all the pieces separate. Okay, now we're gonna just dry this thing all up as much as we can. Oh no, I hope they didn't try and turn it on when it was all wet, because then it would have fried all the components here. But anyways, I'm just drying it out, and then what we're gonna do is use a brush that off. Okay, just like that. Brush this off. Be very careful with these cables, they are fragile. Okay, you don't want to damage them. Okay, so this all looks fine, and then we're just going to clean up here. But you can see all these little stickers turn red. That means water got into it and it's probably going to be damaged, but I'm going to try and dry it the best I can. I have a powerful electric air blower that I use to get out all the liquid, and then hopefully after that it will turn on. If it doesn't, then they probably fried some components on the board, and there's not really too much we can do. So after that, you'd end up needing a replacement logic board or motherboard, but those are really expensive, so most of the time it ends up not being worth repairing at that point. I'm gonna disconnect the rest of the screws here and lift this board out. Let's see, there's another screw here. Looks like a T5 screw. Let's remove the T5 screw here. Okay, set that off to the side. And then let's see, I forgot how many other screws. This board wasn't held in by many. Yeah, I think it's just that one. And it looks like there's a connection here, so you want to actually flip this one up. I'm not sure exactly what year model this MacBook is. I'll have to check it later, but there we go. And also there's the wireless antennas being held under there, but I just want to check underneath and see if it's wet, which it doesn't look like it, so it's probably fine. As far as the board goes, I would hope, I don't see anything that looks really bad on the logic board itself, but it's mostly on the battery and the other areas. But yeah, we'll just brush this off because I don't want to rip out all these other cables. Kind of risky, especially since there's not really any liquid. Actually, is that water under there, or is that just shiny? Let's see. I'm gonna try this up. Okay, it's not water, it's just shiny. So, alright, so I'm gonna set this back down, and then I'm gonna use an air blower and then try and blow all the moisture out of this piece as well and the other piece. And I'm gonna flip this latch up, and I'm gonna actually disconnect this cable if I can. Just like that, there we go. And we'll set this cable aside. Sorry if I went out of view. Alright, so I'm gonna clean all this dirt and dust off and the liquid, and hopefully it will turn on. If it doesn't, then well, it's gonna be a very expensive repair most likely. So alright, so we got that, cleaned off some dust. I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna blow the keyboard out and also the inside here. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I blew out all as much water as I could. So now we're gonna reattach or reassemble this stuff. Let's plug this cable back in. Okay, just like this. Make sure the latch is up. It's a little difficult to put these in. You kind of want to use these little side tabs to push it. Alright, and then put the latch down. Alright, let's see. Let's put back the T5 screw that we took out from the side here. There's stains here or something. Grease. There we go. Make sure everything's lined up. It looks a little bit crooked, but okay, I guess that's just how it is. Alright. Make sure that cable's reattached. That cable's reattached. These cables are attached. Alright, now we're gonna have to tilt this up. We're gonna have to reconnect this. Right, I can't really show this on camera because it's hard to hold the laptop in that direction, but you get the picture. Line it up, push the cable in, use the wings, and then put the latch down. Right, and we've got this connector, same thing. Turn it around, line it up. Well, actually, let's put this one in first. So there's this metal latch here. Again, you have to make sure to pull that stuff out of the way. Alright, you want this to go underneath, but you also want this latch to be up, so this one's a little bit tricky. But just like this, okay. Get this adhesive out of the way. This is the more tricky connector to get back in. To make sure that it's in the right way. Probably do that one first. Let me take this out. Alright, and pull that cable back out. This one's the most difficult, so I'm going to do this first. I spent a lot of time blowing the moisture out of this, so it doesn't seem like it because in the video I didn't show that, but yeah. Alright. Pull that cable over, just like that. Make sure it's all the way in. And you can put that latch back down. It should hold itself in place. Put that tape back on top. Reconnect this cable. Right, get it lined up. And use the wings to push it in. Right, put the latch back down. Okay, let me put this cable back on. Get it lined up. Snap it down. Right, think that one used a T3 as well as the tri-wing. So let's put the tri-wing screw back in that top corner first. Alright, just like that. Tighten it down. Alright, we're done with the tri-wing. Let's go back to the T3. Okay, got the T3 screw. Tighten that down. Alright, now we've got all those screws in. This battery screw we have to put in before this because that's the only way it can be done. So you want to be very careful not to touch anything after you put this back in. Okay, this piece, put that back in. Sorry, my head's probably going to get in the way. Okay, just like that. There's the T5 screw. Alright, and then we'll put that screw in. There we go. Battery is live again. Alright, then we gotta put this cable back in. This is like a very risky, like surgery kind of repair. Alright, and these little wings that kind of come up, you can just move them out of the way. That's actually the adhesive. Okay. So you need to put that cable back through this slot and then go into there. Alright. So this one's very tricky, especially to do on camera. Hopefully you guys get the idea. Pull that through. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can do this on camera. I'd have, because normally I would lay this down and then just barely hold up this side. This is too difficult to do on camera. But let's see if I can. Alright. So you grab that thing, you grab the plastic tab that sticks up. Okay. And you use that to guide it into the slot. Yeah, I don't think I can do this while recording. But you get the point. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way because I can't do it while recording. It's too hard to hold the thing in that certain way. So usually what I do is I do it this way. Actually, maybe you can see that still. Okay. And then pull that connector in. Okay, this is one of the worst designs again, like I was saying. Right, pull that in, put the latch down. There we go, and then we'll put this cover back in. Just gotta get it all lined up. What is it caught on? There we go. Okay, and then you just line it all up. Push the latches back down. I don't know why this other side's not latching. That's kind of strange. But that's pretty much all there is to it. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, like and subscribe. Help others find my videos. This one, again, isn't really very repairable. It's all like one piece. And then, or I guess the battery's on one side and then the keyboard and everything else on the other side.